gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Face in your face.
What the hell is going on down there?
Face in your face.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. Now, for the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with the channel or watching this channel for the first time, the reason why it is called Uncommon Sense because here on this platform, we discuss everyday issues where we try to find logical solutions. But not everyone uses logic. So for that reason, it is called Uncommon Sense. I want to let everybody know that I'm currently live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Also want to let everybody know that the subscriber mode has been enabled for 5 minutes. Meaning, if you are not a subscriber and if you wish to enter a comment in the chat, you have to be a subscriber for at least 5 minutes. As always, I want to give a huge shout out to all those who have already subscribed to the channel. Whether you've been a member of the Uncommon Folk from the beginning or just recently joined. I just want to say that I really appreciate all the love and all the support all of you have given me. I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who follow me on social media, particularly Instagram and TikTok. Your continued support really touches my heart. I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who allow me to enter into your devices and all those who watch from the clouds. So what I'm going to ask you to do is the following. If you have not done so, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe, like, and set the bell notification to all. So therefore, whenever I do produce content, you will have the opportunity to catch it live or catch it on the playback. Okay. So as you can tell by the thumbnail, the topic for tonight is guilty or not guilty. Okay. Most of us have seen a very shocking video regarding what alleged, and again, I use the word allege what P Diddy Combs did versus Cassie Ventura. Okay, all of us have seen the video. It's shocking. I'm not going to show it because I don't want to traumatize anybody. And let me just state that if you are unfortunately a victim of assault or domestic violence, I just want you to understand that my heart goes out to you. I'm not trying to cast any judgment on you. This is all for a discussion. Good evening, Irby. Thank you very much for stopping by. So we're going to be talking about P Diddy Combs and the video, okay, that was seen, okay, and this was something that occurred in 2016. So it is what it is, okay, and of course, all of you are more than welcome to join the stream and to your your point of view. I just want to state that the link to join the panel has been pinned. All of you are more than welcome to hop on and give your point of view. I particularly would want to ask the ladies to join the panel to express their point of view. Okay. So with that being said, before we get into the main topic, we're gonna have another episode of In My Words. Okay. The first thing I want to talk about is my cyber daughter, Denise Gonzalez, and her latest stream that she produced Friday night. Yes, people, let's hit the like button, okay? Um, so, most of you are aware that my dear friend and cyber daughter, Denise Gonzalez, has been on sabbatical for quite several months um, due to the birth of her child and other issues. So she produced a stream Friday. Unfortunately, um, at the time, I had my stream on as well, and I decided not to cut the stream short, but to basically when I get a chance to watch it on the playback. So I just want to say that if you have not done so, please check out the stream. You will find it on my community tab, okay? And of course, she gave her perspective regarding the whole situation between P Diddy and Cassie Ventura, okay? So I decided, you know what, I'm going to give you my take on it as well, okay? I'm glad to see that she did produce content. Hopefully, she will be able to can do it on a more regular basis. One thing people need to understand that it is time consuming to create content, whether it be just videos or whether it be live streams. Okay, it does take it takes a great deal of time, particularly if you're the type of person that you take pride in your content and you want to produce, of course, the best stream possible. Shout out to the 7 people watching as we speak. Hopefully, we'll have 7 likes. So, and again, when it comes to this topic, I'm going to try to do my best to make sure that sensitive to those who unfortunately have been the victims of domestic violence. Okay, because it's a terrible plight. Okay, but in any case, we will discuss it. Now, the other thing I'm going to be talking about is, of course, we have to talk about Donald Trump and Joe Biden again. Okay. Uh, Now, they did agree to 2 debates. One, I believe, in June on CNN, and in June, and the one in September on, I think, ABC, but I'm not sure. It seems like Donald Trump is trying to neglect, step, back away from the debates. Okay. First of all, it's talking about that he wants to have an additional debate on Fox News. And then on top of that, he is insisting that Joe Biden undergo a drug test before engaging in the debates. We already see what's going to happen. Okay, what's going to happen is this. Most likely Joe Biden's going to recuse. And then what he's going to do is he's going to claim that Joe Biden did not abide by the agreement for the debate. So this is his window to step out of it. So basically, he's already setting up a system, regarding what happened should he lose the election. Okay. Okay, well, and this is the thing. Unfortunately, Donald Trump has begotten a reputation of being a sore loser. Okay. To this day, he has not conceded um, the 2020 result of the election, even though everyone knows that he lost. Okay. Yeah, I mean, look, let's look. Let's keep this perfectly clear. We're talking about an 80-year-old versus a near 80 below with 91 criminal charges. Okay. And if anyone see the one debate between Donald Trump and Joe Biden, I mean, it did not. I mean, it was not exactly a good presentation by him. Okay. Now I know that the mega sheep crowd, um, they think that Donald Trump cannot do any wrong. I got news for you. Donald Trump is far from perfect, particularly considering the fact how he handled the COVID-19 pandemic and things of that nature, not to mention some of his unfortunate remarks. Okay. At best prior to COVID-19, his performance as president has been so-so. But what made it worse is his handling of COVID-19 and the fact that he could not lose gracefully. Okay, that speaks volumes, and I find it amazing how my evangelical brethren can still support a person like Donald Trump, particularly in light of the fact of his unfortunate remarks and unfortunate actions. Okay. But then again, everyone has the right to support whoever they wish. And again, it must be stated that he is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. So we shall see how that transpires. Now, with that being said, we're going to get into the main topic. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I hope that there would not been a need to discuss this topic. Okay. Like I said, my friend Denise Gonzalez did discuss it. Other people have discussed it as well. But let me just give you the scenario, so to speak. This is something that happened in 2016. Okay. And basically, what transpired, just give me, was a situation where P Diddy and Cassie Ventura, which at the time was his girlfriend. Okay. And again, I have to state for the record, allege. Okay. And the reason why allege, because again, let me make this perfectly clear. Uh, he is every person is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Okay. That's the reality. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is okay. let me just, I'm not going to share that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read it. Basically, what I'm doing is using another laptop. Okay. To read the article. Okay, so I'm just going to get into the main. Okay. Now, yeah, I see the thing is we have to use the word allege, okay? Because if I say he did it, I could be accused of libel, okay? And I could be sued. I am not trying to do that, okay? So that's why the word allege had to be used, okay? Now, basically, just to give you the scenario, this occurred in March of 2016. Okay. It was alleged that P Diddy became extremely intoxicated. Okay. Yeah, I saw the video and I was shocked by it. Okay. But I'm not going to share the video for obvious reasons. First of all, I don't want to traumatize anyone that has been a victim of domestic violence. Okay. And let's keep it clear. There's some things I refuse to show. Okay. But all of us saw the video on CNN. It was truly disgusting. But basically, it is okay. Cassie Ventura appears to be punched at by, and again, allegedly by P Diddy. Not only punched, but kicked violently. And then it appeared that he threw a vase at Cassie Ventura. Now, at the time, she was his girlfriend. Okay. And he could be seen running against her, running towards her, wearing only a top. Okay. Now, apparently, the statute of limitations on this case has expired. So, the only recourse that Cassie Ventura had was to sue him in civil court. Now, this is not the first time that P. Diddy has had any accusations of similar things occur. Okay. Okay. I'm not going to get into the whole history regarding that because if I was to do that, this would be an 8 hour stream. I am not going to do 8 hour stream. The longest I ever did was almost 5 hours, and we already saw what happened during that stream. And I'm not having a repeat performance of that. So here's the situation. This happened in 2016. Now, this past December, he made a statement stating the fact that denying the accusation that was made, and that basically what she tried to do is basically try to extort money from him as a big payday. Okay. Yeah. Look. No, and of course, there have been people that have went to his defense. And then there are people raising questions why she's coming forth with this now. Okay. Now, of course, there's going to be some that going to claim that Cassie Ventura did this for money, for a payday. First of all, we don't know what's going through her mind. That's clear. We have no idea whatsoever. Okay. Also, it's not unusual. Yes, victim blaming. That's what it is. Also, it's not unusual for a person that is a victim of domestic violence to wait several years until coming forward. Because first of all, we do not know what Cassie went through. We do not know of the trauma that she went through. Okay. Any person who is a victim, in this case, it may take years before they get to the point where they come out with, good evening, Didi Juju. Thank you very much for stopping by. So tonight, the topic is guilty or not guilty. Okay, so we're talking about, of course, the video where a lot of people saw, where, and again, I have to use the word allege, because I am not trying to get sued for libel. But it was alleged that P Diddy assaulted Cassie Ventura. Okay. And people are making light of the fact that she waited until several years later to come forward and then to take this matter to civil court. And look, I don't know when it comes to issue of domestic violence. Okay. No, first of all, look, I'm just trying to make sure that I don't get sued for libel. That's what it is. And of course, we have to remember that everybody is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Okay. Does it look bad for P Diddy? Yeah, I would say so. It looked extremely bad. Okay. First of all, the fact of the matter is that someone physically assaulting someone who's supposedly your girlfriend. Okay. That's horrible. And again, we don't know what mental trauma she went through. Okay. Because it's very easy to say that she's trying to do this for a payday, that she's scamming or whatever. We don't know. Okay. And I don't know her, and I don't have the opportunity to speak with this lady to get her feedback. But this is a thing that's very disgusting. Okay. We see the video, and then this past December, he made a statement basically stating that it's a lie, that is an attempt to try to extort money from him. Yeah. Here's the crazy part. He made a statement of denial this past December. And then recently, okay, he made an attempt of an apology. I'm going to say that apology was not very sincere. And I'm going to tell you why. First of all, he just stated that he was effed up. Okay, number one. I mean, anyone that saw the video can tell it was atrocious, it was disgusting, it was horrible, so on and so forth. Number one. Number two, instead of giving like a general apology, which was very, in my opinion, very insincere. Okay. The fact of the matter, he didn't direct it towards anyone, particularly Cassie Ventura. Okay. And that's the thing. If you're going to do an apology, it should be directed to a specific audience. And particularly, it should have been directed to Cassie Ventura. He did not. I saw the video of his quote-unquote apology. I'm going to give you my point of view. People may not want it. Okay, this is my platform. I do whatever the fluff I want. In my opinion, the apology was weak. It was pathetic. Okay, so basically, you went from it was a denial that basically people tried to get a huge payday to I'm sorry. Well, as far as apologies go, in my opinion, that was the weakest apology ever made. And basically, it was, in my humble opinion, and I don't have facts, I'm just going to give you my opinion. That apology was a pathetic attempt of damage control. Because anyone that saw the video saw what happened. Okay. Cassie Ventura, in my humble opinion, and I think we can all agree to it, that she was the victim of assault. And it does appear that it was perpetrated by P Diddy. Again, I'm going to say alleged because, again, people are innocent until proven guilty. And we have to be careful with our remarks here in these YouTube streets because people can be accused of libel. Okay. In all fairness, an accusation of libel is very hard to prove. Basically, my understanding is you have to prove that what you had said was harmful towards an individual that affected his livelihood. Let's just say that P Diddy had made a lot of poor choices as far as his actions are concerned. Now, another thing that I want to bear in mind, and let me just share this comment. Yeah, that's true. We don't look. We don't look. We don't know. We just saw what we saw. We don't know what happened behind closed doors, and that's the scary part. Okay. Now let me just address. I'm gonna state this, and I stated this when I was on April Shower's platform the other night, and I'm gonna state the following: no one, male or female, should assault another person, okay? Whether it be physically, verbally, or what have you, okay? Again, let me make this perfectly clear. No one should physically assault another person, whether it be male or female, okay? Obviously, a man should never physically assault a female, okay? For obvious reasons. First of all, for the most part, males are physically strong. Okay. At the same time, no female should physically assault a male either. What happened is, unfortunately, and again, I'm not saying that this was the case with Cassie Ventura. Again, I don't know what happened. I don't know what was the chain of events, Lynette, for the unfortunate situation to occur. Okay, unfortunately, we have a situation where we have some women that think it's perfectly acceptable to physically assault a man, knowing that man should not physically assault them. Okay, that's why I'm saying no one, male or female, should physically assault another person, whether it be someone of the same gender, whether it be someone of the opposite gender, whether it be someone that their sexual identity is undefined. Okay? Because we do have individuals whose sexual identity is undefined, whether it be because the person is in the process of transitioning from male to female, or just simply they just chose to have to be their sexual identity to be undefined. Okay. Okay. And look, and let me tell you something. And this is something, unfortunately, we have this situation when people are very critical of people that stay in a abusive relationship. Okay. It's very easy if you have never been in that situation to comment, well, that person should leave. Okay. Okay. It's easier said than done. Okay. Because there are many factors that get taken into consideration. One of the problems is that it could be that the victim is financially dependent on the attacker. That's one consideration. And this is something, yeah, this is something that we have to bear in mind, is that a lot of these victims, um, they've been isolated from their families, from their friends, from their colleagues. Okay, and those who assault and physically abuse people, they know who to do this. They know what they have to do prior is that they have to be assault, they have to be isolated from family, loved ones, and friends. Okay. Yeah. And another thing we have to bear in mind. If you are a person with very low self-esteem, you can easily become a victim of DV. You can easily be isolated. Okay. And also the other factors. Okay. A lot of the reasons why people stay in violent situations is the belief that they can change the person's conduct. Okay. With all due respect, if a person chooses not to acknowledge the fact that they have a problem, they're not going to have any motivation to change. And what happens is, of course, the aggressor might buy flowers, might buy gifts, and for a short period of time, things are calmed down, only for the situation where the aggressor will attack the victim again. Okay. So there are other factors. Another factor is that there are children involved, so they may feel guilty about leaving the aggressor and then having the children raised without the male parent. Okay, so these are things that are factors are taken into consideration. Okay, now it would be great that if there were women who are victims of DV who be brave enough to step forward to share their story, their situation. And again, this is something that not everyone can do because for people who are victims of DV, it's a very painful memory, and some people may choose not to share, and we cannot condemn them for that. So there are many factors why people stay in a violent situation. Okay. And also there is risk involved. Okay. Risk as far as the person may escalate to the point where their lives are in danger or their lives may be terminated. Okay. And one thing when I discussed in an earlier stream regarding femicide, the reason why it's happening a lot of the times is that they are victims of an abusive relationship. And again, I have to keep talking about this, that it's very easy for us who've never been in that type of environment to talk about, well, the woman should leave, the man should leave. Okay? We don't know. And again, there is a saying, until you walk into a person's shoes, you don't know the steps that they're taking. You don't know the trauma that they've gone through. And I recall years ago, in one of her earlier streams, that my cyber daughter, Denise Gonzalez, actually addressed the issue regarding femicide. And I also recall in a stream that Xtina did years ago, where Denise Gonzalez actually shared a great deal of data regarding femicide. Okay. And she gave statistical data to support her case. I don't know if the stream is still up there. If it is, I would suggest that you check it out. Now, unfortunately, when Denise was sharing her information and her facts, some of the male members of the panel did not take the information very well. They got very sensitive, and of course, they replied with simply, well, men get assaulted too. Men get killed too. Okay. And I'm not denying that men get killed. Okay. But unfortunately, by them making that type of remark, what they did was trivializing the trauma that women went through. And I'm not gonna lie, some of what Denise said was off-putting for me as well. The difference was I allowed Denise to explain herself further, and then suddenly I realized, yes, she has a point. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, you have certain individuals that try to trivialize the trauma that people go through. Okay. Unfortunately, you have people that trivialize the fact that women are the victims simply because they're women. Okay. Yeah. And let me tell you something. It is unfortunate, and again, it is unfortunate that we have certain people that do put these people on pedestals, and they do have the belief that they can do nothing wrong. Okay? And the fact of the matter is, no one should be worshipped. No one should be put on a pedestal. No one. Okay? Why? Because we are all persons with flaws. All of us are capable of being the very best of ourselves and the worst of ourselves. Okay? And that's something we all have to bear in mind. Okay? Because we have seen people, particularly people that we have loved, that we have idolized for years. Okay? Only to find out that they have done some horrific things. Okay. And it's sad. Okay. And that's why, you see, that's the reason why we have to be very careful who we going to treat as heroes. Okay. And you see, to me, let me tell you something. You know who I think are some of the real heroes? The mothers who devote their time and energy raising their children properly. To me, they're heroines. To me, the real heroes are the guys that day in and day out fight to make a living, to support to support their families. The men who are there to provide a positive father male image for their children. To me, they are the heroes. But to have some movie actor or some performer to put them on a pedestal and treat them like they're something special because they have a gift of music or a gift of acting or some other craft or the fact that they can hit a baseball 400 feet into the seats or throw a baseball at 95 miles per hour or what have you, or shoot a basketball or throw a football or skate. Okay, they have talent, but they should not be placed on a pedestal. And yes, I know I'm a Christian, and I know some people are going to get. I don't know how people are going to respond, but the Bible talks about how we should not rely on men, and I'm going to say this women as well, because men and women are flawed. Okay. In my own personal opinion, and again, this is my opinion, okay, and again, I can say this because this is my platform. But for me, the only ones that were a real hero in my point of view was my mom, okay, who raised me that has certain beliefs. Okay. Excuse me. Let's see. Okay, exactly. The people who risk their lives every day to protect us, those are the heroes. The doctors who perform procedures to save lives, they're the heroes. The nurses that provide assisting care, they're the heroes. The teachers that day in and day out help educate our children, they're heroes. But people like P Diddy and everybody else, just because they can sing, they're not heroes. Okay? Not in my estimation. Okay. And if you want to see a real hero, I'm going to show you a real hero. That image, in my estimation, she was a heroine. Okay? And the reason why I say that, because she imparted on me and my siblings the values that we hold today. Okay. And not only that, she stayed married to my father for almost 64 years, okay, and went through hell, okay. She actually saw and buried four of her own children before she passed away, okay. Four of her own children, okay. In my estimation, my mom was a heroine. Thank you, Didi Juju. In my estimation, my mom was a heroine, okay. And okay, she may not have the most educated, but my mother was filled with knowledge and common sense, which is something that people lack today. Okay. And while my mother was alive, she everyone that approached my mother in her neighborhood gave her a lot of love and a lot of respect. Okay. Because what she used to do with some of the other people that she grew up, she offered her home and she fed them. Okay. And a lot of the people that in their 50s and their 60s today remember how my mother treated them with love. So, in my estimation, my mom was a heroine, and no one can say otherwise. Now, I know people saying, well, she's your mom and everything. Of course, you're going to speak well of your mom. The difference is my mother backed it up. Okay. And I apologize because it's not meant to be an honor, to be a memorial to my mom. It's just that, and I apologize for going off a tangent, but I just want to give an example of people who you should hold in high regard. The teachers who educate your kids, and okay, the doctors who save people's lives, the firemen that go out there every day and risk their lives to protect property, the police who constantly put their lives in danger to protect you and me. They are the true heroes, but not some idiot simply because they can sing, if you want to call it singing, or simply because they can act, or simply because they're able to uh, excel in sports. Okay. They are the true, okay, the people that people don't see every day, they're the true heroes. Now, going back to the original topic, uh, what's going to happen regarding the civil case? We I don't know. We will see what happens. Okay. I will say this much: it does not look good for P Diddy. Okay. Because it looks again. I gotta keep saying this alleged because again, people are innocent until they're proven guilty in a court of law. But it does not look good for P Diddy. Now, as far as the motivation why she's coming forward, I don't know. Of course, there's going to be people that's going to think that she's doing this for a paycheck. I don't know. Okay. We don't know what trauma she's been through. We don't know the hurt that she's been through. We don't know the agony. Okay. I can say What I can say that anyone who is a victim of domestic violence because she was P Diddy's girlfriend at the time, and of course, there's allegations that he cheated on her with other women. I don't know. I don't know. We don't know. Okay, but I will say this: she was definitely physically attacked. That's obvious. She might have received injuries regarding her assault physically. We get okay. We it's I would estimate that there may be issues of low self-esteem. There may be issues of her blaming herself for what transpired. Okay. Again, and I'm going to keep stating this again, no one, and I repeat, no one should physically assault another person. Okay. And for those who stay in with the belief that they can change the person, I hate to say this, but if a person that's physically assaulting you does not see the need to change, will not change. And let me tell you something. At 17, that's a kid. Okay. That is a kid. Which makes it even worse. Okay. If that is the case. And one of the things that Denise Gonzalez alluded to when it comes to these young women that pursue careers and whether it be in movies, whether it be in music or what have you, a lot of the problem is they can easily set themselves up to be in a situation where they may be tempted to do things. How could I say this without being and keeping it PG or whatever? They might be tempted to give up the kitty in order to achieve their goals. Okay. Because unfortunately, we're living in a time and a place where men who are in positions of authority will take advantage of a young girl whose dream is to be that singer, that actress, that performer. It is unfortunate that we have men, okay, men in their 40s and 50s and sometimes even 60s would take advantage of a young girl who has a dream of being a performer, okay, and will try to get these women um, to give up the kitty, so to speak. Yeah, that's another. See, that's another thing. The parents need to be very active and making sure that their daughters are not put in a vulnerable situation where they're being coerced to engage in anything unsavory in order to pursue their careers, whether it be in acting, whether it be in singing, what have you. And if the parents, knowing this, allow their daughters to go through this simply to pursue a career, that speaks very ill regarding the parents. Because their role is to protect their children from vicious people that want to exploit them. Okay? Unfortunately, we're living in an age when you have people in the positions of authority, we use that authority to exploit young women. Okay. And we all know why. We don't need to say it in all detail, but that is the reality. Okay. So when a parent has a daughter and they don't do anything and everything possible to protect their daughters from people that will exploit them, that speaks very ill of them. Okay. And unfortunately, you have certain parents that will do anything, their children do anything in order to get a check. I agree. We got to protect the children. Okay. Okay. Which means making sure that they are in the set, to make sure that they're not forced to do anything against their will, making sure that they're not exploited in any way, shape, or form. Okay? That's a parent's function, okay? And if a parent is negligent in protecting their children, shame on them. Shame on them. Because if they allow their children to be exploited simply for a paycheck, they have harmed their children just as much as the person exploiting them. And the fact of the matter is, the children are depending on the parents to protect them. Okay. Did you are a mother, okay? And I'm sure you did everything possible to protect your son, to make sure that your son is not in a vulnerable situation or in a situation when your son can be exploited by someone else. Okay? I have known you, well, let me put it this way. We have chatted here on these two streets and chatted outside. And I know for a fact that you will do everything possible to make sure that your son is not exploited. Okay? That I can tell. Okay? And the same thing applies to the other mothers that are out there in these YouTube streets. Okay? Okay, I did not see it, but yeah, exactly. Exactly. I did not see it. But you know what? The reality is this. When it comes to these so-called children stars, we don't know what they go through. Okay. And sometimes they have a hard time adjusting as adults. Okay, because they're not prepared for the world out there, and unfortunately, we have situations where former children stars are addicted to drugs, alcohol, and we have seen children stars uh, dying prematurely because they're not prepared to deal with life after their career as children stars. So it's not always a pretty picture. Okay, we see them in our sitcoms and TV shows, and they think, well, they have the best of life. We don't know. Seriously, we don't know what they go through. Okay, and we have to look. I don't have children, but if I had children, I would do everything possible to make sure that they're protected. That's what a good parent does. Okay, and let's keep it real. We have some people who do a crappy job as parents and should never be parents. Okay, let's keep it real. That is the reality. Okay, and I will pay close attention to this whole situation, this so sad affair that Cassie Ventura endured. And what I will do is, whenever there is any updated information, I will share it with my audience. Okay, and then you decide what you think. Without a doubt, it looks bad to P Diddy. Okay. And again, I know people are sick and tired of me saying this, but it's alleged. It looked like he did it. I think you know what? I'm gonna say this. It looked like he did it. But again, in this country, a person is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Okay. But I do sincerely hope that Cassie Ventura gets the therapy that she needs. Okay? Because she definitely needs therapy and she needs to heal from the trauma. Because unfortunately, if she does not heal from the trauma, what's going to happen is she's going to be in the situation where basically she's going to believe that the only way that she can be validated or loved is to be physically assaulted. And I have heard, unfortunately, too many cases where women consider assault as a sick form of love. And it's not. Okay? Everybody, and I repeat, everybody deserves to be loved and respected. Okay? Do people make mistakes? Yes. That is very true. Okay. Can she move on? Yes. But it's going to take time. It's going to take healing. Okay. And my advice, okay, you know what? If she is, I'm happy for her. I'm happy. You know why? Because first of all, that means that she had moved on, that she has well, we don't know if she's recovered, but it appears that she did, and that she did find a man who did love her, who does love her, who does treasure her and cherish her, and the fact that she has children. And I'm sure that she's going to do everything possible to protect her children, to make sure that they don't go through what she went through. That is my belief. Okay, so a huge shout out for her to be able to get past this trauma, find a man that loves her, and then happily married. Okay, she is one of the fortunate ones because she's able to get out of the industry and have a stable life. Not everyone can do this. Okay. And we have to bear in mind the women who are still struggling with this situation. We have to bear that in mind. And we need to hold these people in our thoughts and our prayers. That, yes, I agree. I hopefully she'll, the rest of her life will be happy. But we do have to and I know people get a little bit tiffy by saying prayer. But I think we do have to lift these poor victims in prayer that they receive healing physically, mentally, psychologically, and spiritually. Okay. With that being said, now basically I have been talking for about 75 minutes. So if anyone wishes to hit the link and join the panel and express their views regarding the discussion, they're more than welcome to do so. Again, let me state the obvious. If I never seen you or heard from you before, I will insist that you come up in the backstage to make sure that you don't flash anything inappropriate which would cause the good people of YouTube to take down the stream. And of course, other people are more than welcome to enter comments in the stream. If no one chooses to hit the link and join the panel or enter any further comments, I will stop the wrap this stream up. Okay. I just decided, you know what? I'm going to give you my take. Okay. Okay. And again, without a doubt, this does not look good for her, for him. Okay. Oh, you know what? You know what? It's okay. I get it. People work late. Okay. Now, I have been fortunate in the sense that 2 days of the week I can work remotely. And believe me, that is a good thing. Because that means I don't have to commute to work. I don't have to deal with accessory or as I call stressori. I don't have to deal with passengers who get crazy and argue because they have to share the vehicle with someone else or make crazy demands or I don't have to deal with drivers who act stupid, whatever. So it's a good thing. I just decide, you know what? I'm going to give you my take regarding the situation. Okay. And again, let me make this perfectly clear. No one And I repeat, no one should physically assault another human being. It's definitely not okay when a man assaults a woman. And just in the same breath, it is not okay for a woman to assault a man. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Well, look, we all got to do what we can to make sure we pay the bills. I get it. It's understandable. Okay. Um, I mean, look, trying to find the trying to find the right time to come alive, it's a challenge. Okay, it's a challenge. Of course, I can do it late at 10 o'clock, but then again, it's either hit or miss. So, but I get it. But I will be live Wednesday night at 9 o'clock on my other channel, which is called Latina Diaspora. So what I'm going to be doing is the topic for Wednesday stream will be a shout out to the Dominican mothers. So basically, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking why is Dominican Mother's Day, what makes it different, how it's celebrated over there in the Dominican Republic. Okay, being that this Sunday is Dominican Mother's Day. Okay, for some of you who do not know, they celebrate Mother's Day the last Sunday of the month. Okay. Why? Maybe it's a cultural thing. I don't know. I really don't know. But in any case, I will just share my thoughts and give you some facts regarding that topic. And then the next time I'll be live on this platform will be Friday at 9:30 p.m. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to be, to be perfectly honest, I don't know what I'm going to be discussing on Friday, but I'm sure by Wednesday I'll have an idea. And of course, the audience is more than welcome to opine on the topic in question. Okay. And as always, I do appreciate all the love and all the support all you've given me. Okay. Right now, I'm trying to get to 400 stubs by the end of June. I'm at 379. So I would appreciate it if you good people would spread the word regarding this channel. Okay. Also, let me just, before I forget, let me just let everybody know that DT Juju has her own YouTube channel and she has a lot of content. Lately she hasn't put, I mean, she does post short videos here and there. So I'm gonna ask that if you have not done so, please check out her content, show and love, and subscribe to her channel. I'm sure DT Juju would appreciate it. Okay, but but in but in any case, again, I do appreciate it because look, reality is this. You're quite wrong. You're quite wrong. Because I look, we are small YouTube creators, and we do need to do whatever we can to support each other. And whenever you do produce content, I will do my best to try to share it in my community tab because none of us have big platforms. Okay, we're small. Okay, so we got to do what we can. So, but I really do appreciate. Okay, first of all, because the fact of the matter is, you could have turned to any other platform that you wish. Okay. Now, when it comes to her live, she tends to do hers late because you know what? Because make sure she doesn't conflict with other creators. Okay. So you just gotta. Okay. So Irby, I would suggest that you set the notification to all. So therefore, when DDGD does produce content, you will get the notification and then you will, I guess, stay up late. Okay, no problem. But I do like the engagement as well. Okay. But the fact that, like I said before, I didn't think that I would, have this much success because I mean, I'm not very flashy. I'm very low key, and basically, I just try to create an open space I try to where people can express themselves as they see fit. You know what, DT Judah, that would be. I would look forward to that as well because I would love to see your perspective regarding this whole situation. Okay, and I think it's something that we all should listen to. Okay, I was hoping that other women will come and chime in, but maybe they will may leave their comments uh, after the stream is over. Okay, but in any case, I will wrap this up. Okay, I just wanted to give you my take regarding this sad situation. Yeah, you know what? We all need to laugh. We all need to laugh. And to be perfectly honest, it takes a certain amount of talent to create short, funny videos. It does. Not everyone can do it. I see a couple, and they're not funny. Now, what's my final take in the whole situation? It is not. It does not look good for P Diddy. Okay, and his quote unquote apology was was the most insincere, pathetic attempt of an apology. But basically, it was just one of those generic apologies that talk about, well, in case if I offended you, blah blah blah. And to me, again, it is his attempt of damage control. Now, there are people who say that his career is over. I don't know. Time will tell. Okay, time will tell. But whenever there is further information, I will share it. So, with that being said, I'm going to wrap this up by simply saying the following. We must do everything possible to stay away from the mentally and intellectually challenged because if we fail to do so, we would be infected by their stupidity and massive insanity. This has been another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron saying good night, take care, strive to be the best person yourself, and let me just get this last comment. Good night, Irby. Good night, DJ Juju. So, oops. Take care and peace.